Hello, welcome to another episode of Walking with Kev. Come to sunny Margate today, and it actually is sunny, that's why I've got sunglasses, but it's still taters out here. So I'm going to do the mile walk that I want to do with me tins in the bag, ready to go. And in Margate, I'm not sure exactly what the walk is, it's minimal of a mile, but I'm going to walk from here, which is Seaview Terrace, which as a kid I can remember coming here, and this is where Mum used to park because it's free parking. So if you ever find yourself down at Margate, if you're lucky enough to get parked here, it's just a short walk up there to the promenade, or whatever you want to call it, of Margate. So I'm going to take you on a little walk, try and make it interesting, and try and make it interesting for myself, because if you watched me first walking, I hated it and I didn't like it. I'm not going to like this so much, but if I can make it interesting for myself, then it's going to make me keep going on. So I'll take you on the walk. Here we go. You might as well fill this bit. They're all in now. There's 16 tins in there, which is about £16 of weight. That's what I've lost so far. And just take my word for it, because I'm only cheating myself if it ain't in there, you know. So here we go. I don't know if you can see this, but on this walk there's like a little mini golf section. When I was a kid, it used to be like a kiddies like little theme park bit, and I don't know, it was like budget dreamland. If my mum took me in there, I knew I was in for a shit day. Although now it still looks good, so I would actually in the summer day probably have a game on there. So yeah. First iconic look up to Margate. I'm sure if you remember the old Only Fools and Horses, I'm sure they stayed in one of the hotels down there. Old Down at Margate, old Chaz and Dave. So I remember this as a kid. People would think that Margate died a lot before the 90s, but no, I remember it in the 90s quite a lot. It was fantastic. Old Chaz and Dave. It's a shame really. A place that I remember so fondly as growing up has demised. I mean, how do I put it into perspective? That Margate's never been massive. It's like I'll put it to 1/10 of the size of Blackpool. I don't know if you can see the iconic Dreamland up there, but yeah, it's just a shame actually walking down here and just, yeah, it's a shame. This looks quite quirky, and a takeaway can bar. I suppose on a summer day, this place is having it. Like I say, Margate's only probably about 1/10 in size of Blackpool, but all this is new to what I can remember. So yeah, maybe things are looking up. The Bus Cafe, Margate. Gotta love it really. And the iconic flats. Now when I was a child coming up here, as soon as we was driving into Margate to see the flats, I used to get well excited. Fantastic. Here I have memories of, I think it's here. It might be over there a little bit. Anyway, it was very far, and there was a pier that used to go out. And then on the days when my mum used to tease me and she wanted to sunbathe all day long, and I used to look at Dreamland because I wanted to go back then, it was Benbon Brothers. She used to always give me a quid. On the pier was a massive penny arcade, which was absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can see over there, where the waves are coming in, I know the tide's in, you can see a square. And as a kid, I used to wonder, why have they built a swimming pool in the sea? But apparently it was actually like a boating lake. But I never knew that. Far in the distance there, which you probably can't see, you can see actual sort of steps where you climb into it and climb back out. So yeah, right, going to carry on up there. I don't know if you can turn around. You can see the iconic Dreamland and the stretch of front there. Now, if I can explain that to in Blackpool, that is probably from Sea Life down to the tower, do you reckon? And that is it. That is Margate. Well, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a sign there saying all day parking £9. We've been walking for 5 minutes now, free parking. Above there you can just see the old big wheel without any carts on it. This is the main Margate beach. And it's definitely fresh today, but in the summertime, even today, it does get absolutely heaving. Right, so there's the beach. There's Dreamland, which is Ben Bond Brothers, as I can remember it. And what's really good about Margate when I was a kid, a teenager, is believe it or not, Ben Bond Brothers was £9.99 to get in. But if you could travel up from home and get in for 10 quid, you could go on the train. I could never work it out, £1 for the train return. So there's some sort of deal going on, but yeah, that's why I just come down here quite often. And then it sort of lost its appeal. In the end, it wasn't a pay to get in, it was a pay per ride. And for some reason, it just all went downhill from there. Now down this little entrance here, which looks like a back street, is the entrance to Margate Dreamland, Ben Bond Brothers. There we go. But we're going to come down the other side of the road on the way back. I'll take you there. So people that have been to Blackpool, if you can imagine Blackpool amusements and how far up the Golden Mile takes you, this is it now at Margate. Still fond memories, but it's just small. Right, reached the clock tower. I don't think it's actually quite half a mile yet, but what I'm going to do, we're going to take you around the back of the arcades there, and hopefully we can look into Dreamland and show you one of the world's oldest roller coasters. Arcades are open. It must be difficult this time of year for this sort of business. Pray for the summer months, don't they? So we come into the corridor of where the arcades end, and so all of this is right in front of Dreamland. Sorry if I'm sort of not filming it correctly, you know, it's the first time I've done this, and it's a bit different to anything I've done before. So right at the end of the arcades now, up the road there's just a normal high street. And I can remember fish and chip shop over the road, which is, oh God, it's gone. God, they were the fish and chips of seasides. They were lovely. Well, I remember them being lovely, but now it's just gone. Couldn't have been that good, could I? Right, so I'm just walking down past that arcade now, and right round the corner, God, the sunglasses got to go back on, is Dreamland. I think you can walk closer up here. Hold up, give me a second and I'll be there. So there we have it, the scenic railway. Maybe I should have done my homework and told you exactly how old it is. But to be honest with you, 95% of that is actually new, because there was a big fire in the 90s and it burnt down the whole ride. But then because of what do they call it? Oh, laws, I forget right now, but they weren't allowed to sort of just demolish it and build houses, so they had to rebuild it. listed status of it. Now, it's more of a retro theme park, which still gets busy. But what they do now at Dreamland is it's a big venue place now, believe it or not. So if you imagine this of an evening, if you look up there, I don't know, I'll take you to that screen in a minute. Of an evening, all the lights of the funfair on, all that, and then they have gigs. Alright, see the block of flat, I don't know if you can see this. They have gigs here, and I think it's about 6,000 capacity. I think they're set out pretty much most of them. I don't know if you can see that screen there. Well, they got like, you know, I don't know. They got N dubs here. Who else? Human League. They're selling fast. 21st of July. I don't know if you can see any of this. Primal Scream. Happy Mondays. I think last year the Gorillas played here. So Ollie Murs, you know, they're all names you know. Might not be right up the charts, but they're all names you know, and all this, and this whole venue sells out. They walk up these steps quickly. I believe this is where all the gigs happen. Old Carter's Stone Fair lorry there. I think Carter's have stopped running recently. So you imagine the gigs going on, and then you've got all that in the backdrop, all lights on, with the random iconic tower block. Free tickets to every venue. As I've just been informed, it actually had 3 fires. Speculation back in the day that was insurance jobs, because it's funny that the Penny Arcade a few years before that burnt down as well. But good, actually, for once, listed building. The council stuck by the guns and made it come back, so it weren't a great insurance job. If it was that, speculation, please don't just what the room on the town was. Now I'm halfway through the walk now, I think, with roughly there. Still got a backpack on. How am I feeling? It's okay. I think I can go a few weeks and build up a bit more food for the food bank people, and hopefully keep losing weight. Anyway, I don't want this video to go on too much longer, so I'll start walking down the front and I'll show you the main bits, and then I'll see you back at the car. So the fires that roller coaster has gone through, what was you saying?
1949, 1959.
Due to the World Wars?
No. It escaped damage during the World War II.
Oh, right. Oh, right. So, yeah, that beast has gone through some history and seen out World Wars. Cheeky to stop off at Spoons, be rude not to. While keeping the backpack on and healthy coat, and we'll be on our way. Yep, so there's the main entrance to Dreamland. These shutters here, I think this was an old cinema or something, but they turned under there into a ride once, but that's where the Penny Arcades went after the pier burnt down. It's quite nostalgic, honestly. Don't come here that often, and actually just thinking back into the past and looking down here and thinking of only Frozen horses and stuff, it's quite mad. Right, we've come to the end of it. We've actually done, I don't know if you can see that, that's metres. Convert it yourself, but I know it's damn right over a mile. How do I feel? I don't know, I'll tell you. Just about a shed, £16. Oh, it feels wonderful. It does. £16 in there. It's going to grow next week. I've succeeded this week, so I'm going to keep adding to it. I know I look at donating winter with sunglasses on, but it is actually quite bright out here. So from sunny Margate, brisky, freezing sunny Margate. See you later.